Hello, everybody. I don't even know how to start this lesson. This is lesson number 36. It's called consistency. Um, it's could be called a lot of things, but we'll just call it consistency from what I originally titled it. The Christian Bible says, you cannot serve two masters. One of my favorite sayings is, "Can a spring bring forth both salt water and fresh?" You cannot. Nietzsche had the great line: "You are not entitled to isolated thoughts. Your thoughts and your beliefs must be one plant, one root, one stem, one trunk, one tree." You can't have these conflicting, isolated things. You have to be consistent. It's good for your mental health. It's also good not to be fragmented. So many people have no consistency, and that's actually, they live quite well with it, because we live in a world where you can have your thinking compartmentalized and you're never punished for being wrong. If someone thinks, well, I believe in astrology, so I'm going to do all my banking investments in that, they really don't. They don't go broken. And if someone thinks, well, I think I can breathe underwater, nobody goes actually underwater and drowns. There's an old saying, there are no atheists in a foxhole. Well, if you're in a foxhole, you are an atheist, because you don't trust God to save you. You're doing everything. You're acting as if there is no God. Even you said there's tons of things. I don't want to get political or religious, but there's thousands of examples where people have no consistency. They're not whole. They want to bring in illegal immigrants, but they don't want them in their neighborhood. They want to be in, this is one of the most inconsistent things I've ever seen. I support our troops. I support all of our soldiers. Let's go send them off to a foreign war to get killed, and I'm supporting you. Go out and fight because I support you. I'll stay home and you go fight for me. By the same token, those people that would not bring an illegal immigrant into their home to take care of them, they wouldn't house a soldier in their home to take care of them. They wouldn't go take care of a vet that's had his legs blown off and vote for veteran, or give him. I don't even vote. Voting is just spending somebody else's money. You get the benefit of feeling good, like you're generous, where it doesn't cost you a dime. I could say, oh, I want to give to the homeless, and I want to give to the veterans, and I want to give to children, and I want to give to little old ladies. They never put a crowbar in their wallet and get any out. It's hypocritical, but it's a consistency. What I want to talk about is the consistency of your own beliefs and your own actions. At one time I thought, I want to be the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, but I didn't want to have brain damage. Now, those two things are rather inconsistent. I really had to think about that. I remember doing square roots and things in between rounds and thinking, wow, I don't like getting hit in the head this much, and what's this doing? Because I'd been around a lot of boxing gyms, and I'd seen the effects of that. Those were two goals of mine that were inconsistent. They were not heading the right direction. Somebody that wants a lot of time with their family, yet they want to spend all the hours after work making money. That old the cat's in the cradle. Somebody grows up and their kids grow up, and 20 years later their kids are grown and they didn't even have a childhood with them. So you need to have consistency. It covers from nations to individuals. America had this idea, we are going to win a war in Vietnam, yet we're not going to kill a lot of people. We'll just kind of hurt them enough that they quit. That was an inconsistent thing. It didn't. War's killing people. You have to be consistent. And it's very... You should look at your life and see if every aspect, the food you eat, the friends you hang out with, the habits you have, the way you vote, the TV shows you watch, the computer games you play, the sports you do, if everything is consistent. I'm constantly amazed at the number of people that are have no consistency, no fairness, no unifying thread of consistency through their life. You could not tell one thing about them. You could not tell the whole person by a few things about them. because they are that inconsistent. There are people, now they call them keyboard warriors. They have this aggressive stance online, but they would never fight in person. Or they have this, whatever. So anyway, this is a real simple lesson. Consistency. And if you can do that in your life, and it takes a while. Although this is one area that I think I've always been pretty consistent, but no matter how cynical I get, I still get shocked by how inconsistent and hypocritical and unfair other people are, whether it's applying the same rules to their side versus the other. And if you just want your side to win, then just admit that and say, I'm going to cheat all I can for my side. Don't say I'm a fair person and I'm applying it. Be consistent. Are you really? Do you have integrity through to your whole core? Is everything about you consistent? Every belief, every action, the way you raise your children, the way you live your life, where you choose to live, where you choose to work, is that all consistent with who you are? That is a big lesson. And unlike some of the others that I say, oh, this is a simple lesson, this is a simple lesson, this lesson isn't so simple, because it really takes a diligent effort to look at the consistency of your whole life and every aspect of your life, and to see if it is truly one root, one trunk, one limb, one branch, and there is a unifying thread of consistency, an entire plant that's one plant. You are not entitled to isolated, fragmented, compartmentalized beliefs. They should all be consistent with each other. Thank you very much.